In 2026, the most expensive mistake you will ever make isn't buying a crypto scam or a failing tech stock. It is driving a sensible, reliable sedan to work every morning. We have been conditioned to believe that purchasing a new or slightly used vehicle with a low monthly payment is the hallmark of financial responsibility. Your parents, your bank, and every common-sense finance guru tell you the same thing. Get something reliable, keep the interest rate low, and it will take you where you need to go. They are lying to you. In fact, if you follow this standard advice, that $35,000 Toyota Camry sitting in your driveway isn't costing you $35,000. It is costing you $1.2 million in lost wealth. Today, I am going to prove to you with brutal, cold-blooded arithmetic that the reliable car is the primary mechanism the system uses to drain the middle class of its compounding potential. We're going to expose the hidden math of depreciation, the tax on your time, and the staggering opportunity cost that is keeping you tethered to a corporate desk for an extra 15 years. You aren't driving a car, you are driving a wealth-shredding machine designed to keep you in a state of perpetual labor. The reason you fell for this is rooted in a psychological phenomenon known as risk aversion combined with lifestyle creep. You are terrified of the $2,000 repair bill on an old car, so you willingly sign up for a $35,000 debt to avoid it. The system exploits this fear. It markets reliability as a form of peace of mind, but it never mentions the price of that peace. Psychologically, we view a car payment as a utility, a fixed cost of existing in modern society, like water or electricity. This is mental accounting at its most dangerous. You've been validated by a society that views a new car as a sign of adulthood, so you don't feel the sting of the $600 a month leaving your account, but you should. The system was designed to keep you on a treadmill of 5-year cycles. Every time you finally pay off a car, it has magically reached the point where it feels unreliable, prompting you to trade it in for another loan. It is not your fault you feel like you can't get ahead. You are fighting a system that has successfully turned a depreciating metal box into a mandatory subscription service for your life. Let's look at the hidden math that the dealership's finance manager doesn't want you to calculate. We are going to look at scenario A, the sensible professional. We'll call him Reliable Rob. Rob buys a new Camry for $35,000 in 2026. He puts $5,000 down and finances $30,000 at a 6% interest rate over 60 months. Rob's monthly payment is $580. Over 5 years, he pays $34,800 in payments plus his $5,000 down. Total cash out, $39,800. But that's just the surface. After 5 years, that car has lost 60% of its value. It is now worth $14,000. Rob has lost $25,800 in depreciation. When you add in full coverage insurance, which is required by the lender, which averages $2,000 a year, and registration fees, Rob has spent over $50,000 in 5 years to own a $14,000 asset. Now let's look at scenario B, the wealth builder. We will call him Beater Bob. Bob buys a 15-year-old Lexus or Buick for $5,000 cash. It isn't pretty and it doesn't have a touchscreen. Bob takes that $580 a month he would have sent to the bank and puts it into an index fund averaging 8% annually. The difference over 5 years is $65,000. But cars are a 40-year habit. If Bob keeps this cycle up, investing the difference between a new car and an old one for 40 years, that $580 a month turns into $1.8 million. If Rob keeps trading in for a reliable car every 5 to 7 years, he ends up with a 40-year-old Camry and a negative net worth. Reliable Rob isn't paying for a car. He is paying for the privilege of working until he's 75. Consider the real-life case of Toby. Toby is 28 years old, earning a respectable salary. He feels he's arrived, so he buys a $45,000 SUV. Toby tells himself it's an investment in his career. It makes him look successful to clients. But Toby lives in a city with heavy traffic. He spends 10 hours a week in that SUV. When you calculate his effective hourly rate, Toby realizes after taxes, insurance, fuel, and the loan, he has to work the first 12 days of every month just to pay for the vehicle that gets him to the job. Toby is a debt slave to the commute. He's part of a growing trend of luxury poverty. Research shows that the average car payment in America has crossed $700. This is occurring while real wages are stagnant against inflation. Toby is effectively working for the car dealership. When his transmission inevitably has a minor issue, Toby panics because he has no savings. All his surplus is tied up in the SUV's monthly tribute. Toby is one check engine light away from a mental breakdown, despite driving a reliable vehicle. He has been tricked into thinking that a warranty is the same thing as wealth. It isn't. A warranty protects the car. It doesn't protect your future. The reality check is this: a car is a tool for transport, not a status symbol or a sanctuary. To beat the system, you must stop being a consumer and start being an operator. First, ignore the low interest bait. Even at 0% interest, you are still losing the 15 to 20% depreciation that happens the second you drive off the lot. That is money being deleted from your net worth in real time. Second, embrace the 5-year lag. If you want to drive a nice car, buy the car that the reliable Robs are trading in. Buy it when the depreciation curve has flattened. You get 90% of the luxury for 30% of the price. Third, calculate the opportunity cost of the payment. Every time you consider a $500 payment, ask yourself, is this car worth $1 million to my future self? Because that is the choice you are making. The system wants you to think in monthly chunks so you don't see the decades you are trading away. Fourth, develop a defensive maintenance mindset. Spend $2,000 a year to keep an old car running perfectly. It feels like a lot in the moment, but it is $5,000 cheaper than a year of car payments. The bank wants you to fear the mechanic, so you will stay loyal to the lender. Don't fall for it. The reliable car is a scam because it exploits your desire for safety to keep you in a state of financial danger. It turns your most valuable asset, your time, into a monthly payment for a depreciating metal box. You're being sold the peace of mind of a warranty, but true peace of mind only comes from a bank account that allows you to quit a job you hate. Your car is not an asset. It is a hole in your pocket that leaks wealth every mile you drive. The real winners in the automotive game are the people driving the 2012 Hondas with $500,000 in their brokerage accounts. If you want to be free, you have to be willing to look poor to people who are broke. The path to real wealth isn't paved with new tires and leather seats. It's paved with the courage to drive a beater until your investments can buy the whole dealership. But the car trap is just the beginning. The same psychological triggers that make you crave a new car are being used by the retirement industry to ensure you keep your money in high-fee funds that underperform the market. If you think the $1.2 million opportunity cost of a Camry is bad, wait till you see the math on the Target Date Fund scam that is currently eating 30% of the average worker's nest egg. Stop being a passenger in your own life. Grab the wheel, run the numbers, and never mistake a monthly payment for a milestone.